Today we're going to be making some clay pendants. A pendant is something that you could wear like a necklace. I have two different styles right here. This is more of a Minecraft style, and this is more of an emoji style. For this project today, you're going to each need a clay mat. The clay mats have a black side and a white side. This is called the canvas side. We're going to have this side up for our canvas side. You're also going to need a slab of clay, which is just like a little chunk of clay that looks like this. Keep that on your table. Each table is going to have a little tray. Inside your tray, we have these tools. These tools are great for adding texture or for carving away your clay. There's also going to be some shapes. This is if you wanted a circle pendant, a heart pendant, or a square pendant. We're going to just stick to three choices today because we're just learning about our shapes. These tools in here, this is a paper clip. This is great for drawing onto your clay. If you wanted to carve into your clay or add details like a little eye, you can just carve, use it like a pencil, and you can draw right onto your clay. You can add a little nose or whatever you want just to make it your own style. There's that. We also use this on the back side for writing our name. We want to write it small, so I'm writing Mr. K on the back, and that way I'll remember that that is my pendant. We also have a pencil inside of here. This isn't for drawing, but at the end we're going to have to poke a hole into our pendant so we can wear it like a necklace, and that's what this is. I will help you with that part of it, but that is the tools that we'll need. When you get your clay today, all of these tools will stay in the cup, but you can pick a shape that you want to make, and I like to pick one of these three. And what you're going to do right away is you're just going to kind of pound it out. Using your fist, you're just pounding into that clay, and you want it to be like the size of a pancake. That's a little too thick, so I'm just taking my fingers and squishing it smaller. You don't want it as skinny as paper, as thin as paper might be, because then it gets to be too brittle and starts to break into the kiln. Right now, that's a good size. That's a big chunk of clay, so I can take my clay cardboard that I want to make. I'm going to stick with a heart for this one. I'll push that down into the clay like that. And then I'm going to take my paper clip tool, and I'm going to carefully draw along the outside. We're not cutting. We're just sort of tracing the outside shape so that we can cut it out later. We're going to only have a certain amount of these shapes, so make sure to share with a partner. When you have that, you can put that back into your little cup. Now I'm ready to cut out my heart shape. Using these clay tools, I can use them like a knife. I can carefully cut off the sides. I can go slow along my tracing lines. Do you see how I'm holding it with another hand right there? That's going to make sure that the clay doesn't slip on the canvas mat. I'm cutting it out as best as I can. I'll cut out over here. There we go. I got my heart shape. I know that I'm going to need to make a little hole on the top to wear it like a necklace, so I'm going to make that hole just like this by pressing into the clay. We'll make it a little bigger later. Now I have my pendant shape. What I can do is add to the outside. I'm going to actually draw my initial, and my initials are MK, and that's my first and last name, so my last initial is K. For Cantor, I'm going to write a big K right on the top. I'm going to draw it just like I'm writing with the pencil. The letter K. Now I want to make it better, because that's just a heart that has my name initial on it. I'm going to make it a little thicker by taking this tool and not pressing all the way through, but just making an impression in the clay. An impression is just like a little mark. I'm pushing it down. I just don't want to push all the way through my clay. There we go. I made my K looking a lot better. Now I can take other tools like this tool and I can draw lines on it. I can make holes or polka dots. I want to make some textures in the design. So I'm making a little border or a picture frame around my clay. Going all the way around the outside. Just like that. I got this extra clay, so what I could do with that is I can scratch and attach. Scratch and attach is when we need to put two pieces of clay together. So let's say I wanted to make little dots on the sides. I can peel off a chunk of clay, roll it around in my hands, just kind of gently rolling between my hands, or I can just squish it into that ball shape. And I'm going to put one right here. So what I need to do is scratch and attach. When I say scratch and attach, you just make little scratch marks on it. And you'll make scratch marks over here too. We're going to push those scratch marks together like a puzzle, like you're clicking Legos together. Squeeze it 1, 2, 3 super hard. And then you can take your tool and smooth out the cracks. I can help you with this process, but that's just if you wanted to make it more detailed. I can make it look like eyeballs or like little bright lights. I can even poke holes in that to make more texture. Maybe I want to make one like that over there, kind of got blurry. There we go. And then over here I'll do one more. Again, I'll peel off a chunk of clay. Try to make it about the same size. We'll roll that in our hands again. We can scratch and attach. Remember tic-tac-toe, just scratch those lines like tic-tac-toe. We'll do the same thing over here. And then push the scratches together. 1, 2, 3. I just put a little pressure for like 3 seconds, and then I can even use my finger to smooth it out. When I'm smoothing out the cracks around the outside, it gets to be kind of frustrating sometimes, so I want you to do your best and ask each other for help. You guys are great artists that could help each other out. Oops, I covered up a little bit of my K. That's where I can come back with this tool, make it thicker. There we go, K for canter. Now I'm ready. Oh no, I need some more texture there. Here's another way to add texture. You can just poke this in there a few times. I got some lines. I can do some on the side. I can make them really texture filled just by carving in a lot of different lines. Cool, now I'm ready to go. So what I need to do is flip my pendant over and carefully write my name. It's going to be hard to write it small. Just do your best. I'm going to write Mr. K. And then bring it over to me. That's when I will take a pencil. I'll poke a hole right through the top. And we have our clay pendant. They will go into the oven called the kiln, and they will come out white. That's when we'll get to add some glaze. That's clay pendants for today.